I want you to imagine this. Tomorrow morning, you wake up, grab your phone, and check your bank account. The number looks the same. You smile, feeling safe, because at least you still have money. But here's the truth. That money doesn't really exist. It's just a number on a screen, a promise built on trust, sustained by debt. That might sound crazy, but it's exactly how the modern financial system works. There's no vault of gold backing those digits. No physical bills printed to match the amount you see. Everything runs on belief, the shared illusion that money is real. And it's that belief, not gold or silver, that keeps our entire economy alive. A friend of mine who works in banking once said, "Finan, sometimes I feel like I'm working in a giant theater. Everyone knows the stage is fake, but we all keep acting so the show doesn't end." He was right, because if everyone walked into their bank tomorrow to withdraw their cash, the whole system would collapse within hours. That's not a glitch, it's the design. And that's the first lesson about money. It's not metal, it's not paper, it's collective trust. Once you understand that, you start to see money differently. Not with fear, but with awareness. Now, let's rewind to medieval Europe. Back then, money wasn't numbers on a screen. It was gold and silver, things you could touch and hear clinking together like the sound of certainty. But carrying gold was risky. Thieves, wars, accidents. So people started leaving it with goldsmiths, the trusted keepers with strong vaults. In return, they received receipts, promises that they could reclaim their gold any time. Soon people realized something clever. Why carry heavy gold when this paper works just as well? Those receipts began circulating as money. But one day, the goldsmiths noticed something. Almost nobody came to withdraw their gold at the same time. The gold just sat there sleeping. And in that moment, a daring thought was born. What if I issue a few more receipts than the gold I actually have? They tried it. No one noticed. They lent out gold on paper and earned interest on something that didn't exist. That was the birth of money from nothing, the first spark of modern banking. From those goldsmiths' vaults, a machine far bigger than they could imagine began to turn. And the world would never be the same. Centuries later, kings discovered the same trick. In 1694, drowning in war debt, the British Crown struck a deal. Bankers would lend the monarchy more than they actually held, in exchange for lifelong interest payments. And so, the Bank of England was born, not to protect the people, but to save the throne. From that day on, a new bond was formed. Governments borrow from banks, banks create money from debt, and the people unpay the interest. Not in gold, but in taxes and the sweat of future generations. A friend in the Treasury once told me, "Public debt is like caffeine for the economy. It keeps you awake, but take too much and you crash." He was right. Once governments learned they could fund everything with promises, debt stopped shrinking. It just moved from one column to another, from the state to the shoulders of its citizens. And so the machine became perfect. A loop of power, debt, and belief spinning endlessly while we all dance to its rhythm without even realizing it. Today, when you send $100 through an app, you probably imagine it sitting safely somewhere in a vault. But it's not there. In today's system, banks don't hold your money. They create it. In the US, since 2020, the reserve requirement has been zero. That means banks can lend out almost everything you deposit, even multiple times over, simply by typing numbers into a computer. A friend in lending once told me, "We don't lend money from customers. We create it when they borrow." It sounds insane, but it's true. Every time you sign a loan, a mortgage, a car loan, a credit card, the bank isn't giving you existing money. It's creating new money in that moment, backed only by your promise to repay. Over 90% of all money in circulation today is bank money, created out of thin air. We live in an economy where money no longer represents something real. It represents trust in repayment. Every number in your account is not gold, not even paper. It's a digital promise we've all agreed to believe in. And remember this, every dollar is born as someone's debt. Governments borrow, corporations borrow, people borrow. And every loan comes with interest. That means there will always be more debt than money in existence. If everyone paid off their debts tomorrow, the entire money supply would vanish, and the economy would freeze overnight. As one economist told me, the global economy runs on debt, and on the faith that debt will somehow be repaid, even though it never truly can be. That's the paradox we live in. Inflation, too, isn't an accident. It's built into the system. Each year, when banks and governments create more money, every dollar in your pocket quietly loses a bit of its value. It's a silent tax, one that doesn't show up on any bill, but you pay it all the same. I once met a retired woman who said, "I've saved all my life, yet somehow I feel poorer every year." She was right. Her money hadn't been stolen. Its value had been. Slowly, legally, inevitably. And here's the cruel irony. While inflation erodes the savings of the working class, it enriches those who own real assets. Land, businesses, stocks. The rich don't fear inflation, they ride it. Their assets rise as the currency falls. The rest work harder just to stay in place. A man once told me, "I've worked my whole life, but the house I wanted keeps drifting further away." That's because this system doesn't reward labor. It rewards ownership. From the rules of Basel to every financial crisis we've lived through, 1929, 2008, and the next one waiting around the corner, the pattern is the same. Too many promises, not enough reality. Each time the illusion cracks, governments print more money to patch it up. Each time the cost is passed down to the people, and through it all, the machine keeps turning, powered by you. Because as long as you borrow, spend, and believe, the show goes on. You are not just a participant. You are the fuel. Some people cling to their cash thinking it's safety, but in a world of endless inflation, that's the quickest way to lose quietly. True safety isn't in holding money, it's in understanding value. Those who know the game invest in what can't be printed or deleted. Land, knowledge, health, and skills. That's what financial freedom really means. Not escaping money, but escaping the illusion that money is what gives you freedom. Because fractional banking isn't just a financial system. It's a psychological one. Those who understand it create real wealth. Those who don't spend their lives working to repay money that never truly existed.